Good morning, good to see you on this Friday, August 9th. I'm Lana Harris. It is so hot and it's humid. Feels like you're swimming outside. Oh my goodness, if you've never seen an ambulance chase, deputies describe this as a wrecking ball on the road, and it's shocking that people weren't hurt here.
Where are you going?
Are y'all buying designer ice? You guys have a lot of money.
People have too much money.
You guys have way too much money out there buying designer ice. It's gonna melt. You're supposed to grab
that's
the
right.
towel.
That's what they were telling me in my ear, and I'm like, what are they talking about?
The towel. I was hoping you'd put it in your jacket and pull it out like a clown. When you have two women who can do that whistle tone note, oh my God, it's beautiful.
Let's make it three women. Hit it for us, Lana. And on that note, that does it for us. We appreciate you being with us.
People had no clue.
People have no clue. I know, that's what I'm saying. But you mean nobody had a little hint?
Nobody had
Just because you didn't have it doesn't mean people didn't have it.
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
You know what I always wanted to learn? That dance where you like do that. Did I do it right?
What is that? Is that crumping or is it?
No, I wasn't trying to crump. Oh, that's embarrassing.
There's a little bit faster. Yeah, good job. Good job.
I did. And I'm Lana Harris. We are in the thick of a line of storms and families are feeling the impacts. That is them out there. Don, we can hear them behind you. It is quite loud as they are now honking the horn. So do your best. Let us know what's going on. One moment, people were just riding on a bus, and the next, the bus was getting hijacked, and a wild police chase ensued. All of these students could live nearby. Any of those students could have been out there where Rebecca is, where this poor woman's body was found, and a suspected 14-year-old gunman began firing shots right there in the school building. A man in Austria had the kind of morning that nightmares are made of when a python slithered through his drains and bit him while he was sitting on the toilet. What?
You feel that? Oh, boom!
There you go.
Okay, so you got your grip good. Got
Yeah. My granddad.
You said grand.
I can salsa dance.
Lesson, really?
Yeah, I get a little hip action.
Okay.
Hey, there you go.
Very nice.
That's free.
All right. And Johnny's eat the chicken.
Do you see how gooey this is?
Oh, I see how gooey that is. That is such well-seasoned chicken. Just the way you dreamed about it? All right, fine, I'm getting in.
We are living our little princess dreams right now. We're on a float here. I feel like Cinderella. Do you guys feel like Cinderella today?
Yes.
Such a historic moment. In fact, I love this wide shot. It almost feels like we were in the building with them. All right, see, you're the problem. Wait till you hear my report.
Okay.
See, we have a perception problem when it comes to UFOs, which are now officially called UAPs. This is basically Twitter. If you took Twitter and Instagram and just mashed the features together, boom, you would have threads. People are getting stranded, stuck in their cars for days, and in some cases, just waiting to see if someone would come by and find them. Horrible, horrible. The only good news in this is that the suspected gunman is already off the street.
So what's going on here?
Okay, so 10 players are involved in this, 10 former players, okay? So they are suing Commissioner Roger Goodell and the Disability Board, accusing them of essentially finding ways to deny disability claims. Seems like everybody online is talking about Diddy right now. It is very rare to see a raid like this happen to a celebrity of Diddy's status. Oh yeah, we're about to get real nerdy here on Atlanta News First. I'm going to try to make this as digestible as possible because scientists have spent decades trying to do this.
I'm Lana Harris with all the crazy things that have happened in Metro Atlanta literally just since Friday. Here are 3 recent health stories because I know you gotta be wondering how the same US government who can't seem to agree on anything somehow agrees on banning TikTok. Let's look at the facts. Yeah, there's a huge blackout right now that's impacting airports around the world, 911, banking systems, the news station.
Everybody was thinking, oh my God, what's gonna be in this documentary? So why'd you guys wanna do this?
Well, basically, everybody thought their mama was going to be on it.
Correct. That's why we have our lip gloss that we're going to start off with here. Of course, it's going to be in my teeth by the end of this interview, but that's fine.
Bring it back, Jeff. Just hold it back, Jeff.
I don't want to hurt you now.
No, you're not going to hurt me. Now follow the command.
Should I hit a note for you?
Come on, let me hear you.
Say what?
I'm just kidding.
I wasn't a heckler.
Yeah.
But I would critique the guys.
I think that is called heckling.
No, I wasn't vocal.
You can say whatever you want. Social media right now is buzzing because of that finale of Snowfall.
Lana, please slide that card in.
Anywhere you'd like in the deck.
It's gonna go right here.
There you go. Feels good. Did you lie to them before?
No, but
Yeah,
you know,
okay.
Oh, I thought you were trying to tell us a little something. I didn't know. I was just checking.
No. This is like a comedy show. This could be a sitcom right here.
And he does sound just like the record. In fact, can you give the people a little taste?
But like, this is how we do it.
Yeah.
Same key and everything.
How does it feel to be able to bring volleyball here to our country in a way that keeps our players here instead of going overseas?
I mean, you nailed it.
So was it that you wanted to pour that extra money into? Did you want to bring more cast on, more storylines? What did you really want to nail?
No,
This movie was spicy, it was funny, ooh, it was real. So Anne, we'll start with you.
Okay.
Channing and Naomi killed it. The
I
whole
know, they're
cast
so
did.
wonderful.
They were amazing. So what was that like watching them bring your vision to life?
It was amazing. I was in awe of both of them.
And for you, you said that, you know, when you got that call that you were gonna be in the movie, you said, what?
I thought somebody was spamming me. I thought somebody was lying in my email.
Whatever you wanna say. Because I mean,
Okay.
this is a show, it comes out every week, so whatever you wanna say.
I think at this point,
You could
you
probably
could
just...
you could piece it together.
Do you think anybody who maybe doesn't like horror movies could still go and watch this?
Most definitely.
It's a healthy balance where if you don't like horror,
And we had this wonderful deaf actress. You did such an amazing job. I wonder how it felt being on set and doing this movie.
Well, to tell you how I felt,
I know you had some painful times when you were there in Harlem because of personal things that were going on, but how was it filming in Harlem, where you're from?
Oh my God, I mean, well, of course it was sad because I had funerals to go to.
For you who've kind of been through what our kids are dealing with now, how do you hope this will help? Do you think it'll help? Do you think they can be reached in this way, and why? It has just been a chaotic afternoon, certainly for parents who are still not quite sure what's going on there. But we have viewer video just into the Atlanta News First newsroom. We want to show you exactly what it's looking like right now at the scene. Very heavy police presence. This is a live look from the First Alert chopper, and you can see there are numerous first responder personnel vehicles on scene. We can tell you we've been live at the scene for quite some time now, and there is a steady stream of presumably parents who are either there or headed to the school right now. There are no confirmed reports of what has happened. We want to be very clear about that because there are a lot of unconfirmed reports. The rumor mill is going on social media right now. You mentioned other reporters. Chelsea Bimeford is on the way as we speak. She just got there to the area, but says that she's on a 1-mile walk to the school. So that may give an idea of how far off law enforcement have barricaded that access into the school as they are still trying to make sense of this very active scene. And if you are just now joining us at 12:15, this is breaking news we're staying on top of. This is a live look in Barrow County. This is Appalachia High School in Winder, where there has been a shooting. There have been victims transported to area hospitals with gunshot wounds. We can tell you that FBI Atlanta is on scene, GBI is on scene. Our governor has weighed in on this. He said resources are all headed over to this scene. We have students still evacuated there at the stadium. We have First Alert Chopper still giving us shots overhead so you can see what's going on. And we have Adam Murphy there on scene. We have Chelsea Bimeford, who's just arriving. She'll be gathering information. She'll be giving us a live report from a different vantage point. Hopefully give us some new information about what she's seeing. And it seems as if all the students are there kind of at the front, or we're watching someone on a stretcher being carried out. Gosh, this is just so heartbreaking. You hope for there to be minimal impacts to life here, and to see someone carried away on a stretcher from a school is just, it's heartbreaking.
It is heartbreaking.
And we have to remember, these are children. These are, gosh, some of them just got out of middle school. These are 9th to 12th graders who are now dealing with something that is going to stick with them for the rest of their lives. This happened at approximately 10:23 a.m. So the school day would have just gotten going a couple hours before, going as usual, and all of a sudden gunshots are ringing out and their classmates potentially are getting hit. We are still waiting to confirm who the victims are. Were they students? Were they teachers? Were they staff? There are a lot of unconfirmed details right now, a lot of questions swirling as anxious parents are showing up to the scene trying to figure out, can they get their children right now? Adam, thanks for that. We actually just got a brief report from Chelsea Bimeford, who has also just showed up to the scene. She's going to have a brand new report and new video for you in just moments. But I just want to give you a bit from what she's told us so far. She told us she talked to someone who says their loved one was in the room where a shooting happened. She is distraught, as you may imagine. She told us she has seen parents running down the street trying to get to the school. They also had to park about a mile away where Chelsea had to park as well. Again, police are still barricading the area off so people aren't able to just come right up to the school where they are and park. They're parking a mile away and running to get to their children right now. She's saying of the parents. She said she's seen people crying out there. She says that a mom came up to her sobbing, asking if we knew anybody who'd been confirmed as one of the victims. And again, no victim information has been released at this point, but that just gives you an idea of how terrifying this is for anybody who has a loved one who attends Appalachia High School right now. Again, we're going to have a live report so Chelsea can give you what happened straight from her mouth, from what she's seen and experienced out there. Again, we're trying to make sure we stick to the fact up here. We don't want to repeat or say anything that is just speculation. A lot of speculation on social media right now, so we just want you to be wary of that.
All right, Chelsea Vinefor live there on the scene, and I can only imagine what it's like for those parents and siblings.
This is tough. This is a tough situation. Anybody who has a child can certainly understand what these parents must be feeling as they are running a mile to get to the school to find out if their loved one is one of these victims. We do know that someone has been airlifted to Grady Memorial Hospital. That means their injuries must have been very serious to need to be airlifted instead of being taken via a vehicle to get to the hospital nearby that area. And it's tough. You might hear our voices breaking a bit because this is hard. We understand these are children that we're talking about here, children in our area who've just either suffered something so horrible or they've witnessed it and they will never be the same after this. So it is a tough day. Chelsea, if we still have you there, if you're able to see what road you're on, it seems like some parents are having some success getting that way. Do you know if parents are being told to come where you are, or if they have just come that way trying to get to their kids any way that they can? What can you tell us?
Atlanta News First starts now.
Dealing with the fear after a horrific mass shooting, Barrow County schools back in session this morning with plenty of support for students.
But parents want to make sure tragedies like Appalachia High School never happen again. Lawmakers are meeting today with a new push to make schools safer in Georgia. Thanks so much for waking up with us this morning. There's a lot going on as you get your day started. It is Tuesday, September 10th. I'm Lana Harris.
And I'm Rick Fulbaum. And one of the things going on is the tropics.
Yes.
We're keeping our eye on that. A tropical storm moving its way towards the Gulf Coast and Louisiana. Let's check in on the tracking right now with our First Alert meteorologist, Courtney Jacobazzi. And this is going to eventually impact us too.
Right, yeah, we'll get some rain from this system, but it is going to make a land. We will let you know.
Classes resumed today for all Barrow County schools except for Appalachia High. This after police say a 14-year-old student shot and killed 4 people last week, 2 students and 2 teachers.
Right, so Atlanta News First, Asia Wilson is live in Barrow County. Asia, we've heard students say they're a bit nervous to go back and walk the halls of Appalachia High School. Do we have any idea when they're going to resume classes there?
Atlanta News First.
Right, Asia, thanks for that. Now, since the Appalachia High School shooting, at least 24 children in over a dozen Georgia counties have been arrested for making threats of violence against schools. That includes students from Fulton, DeKalb, Troup, Gwinnett, and Hall counties. In fact, in Hall County, 3 students have been arrested since Appalachia. The Sheriff's Office is now explaining how they determine which threats warrant an arrest as they investigate these.
A lot of times intent to carry out the threat.
Now, law enforcement across North Georgia has stressed that despite the difficulty in tracking down these threats, it is still critical to report suspicious posts or any activity right away. All threats will be taken seriously.
Well, after the shooting that left 4 people dead and 9 others injured, state Democratic lawmakers have renewed calls for stricter gun laws here in Georgia. GBI says the 14-year-old suspect used an AR-15 style semi-automatic rifle to open fire. And that's what they've been looking at ever since.
Yeah, so Sarah Hammond is live at the state capitol ahead of this morning's press conference. Sarah, what do we expect to hear today?
State Democratic leader for Atlanta News First.
All right, Sarah, thanks for that. And our coverage on the investigation into this shooting at Appalachia High School continues on the Atlanta News First app. In fact, if you'll text that number on your screen, 470-777-WANF, the words healing help, We will send you a link to all of our coverage. In the meantime, it is 5:37, and tonight is the night. Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump are just hours away from facing off in their first debate.
And this is a pivotal moment in the campaign for both candidates, as battleground state polls show that razor-thin margins separate the two. Jared Hill is in Philadelphia with what to expect at tonight's debate.
Jared Hill, CBS News, Philadelphia.
Now to tonight's rules for the debate. Only the moderator is allowed to ask questions.
Now here are some key election dates ahead for you. September 23rd is when sample ballots will become available. October 7th is the voter registration deadline. Do not miss that. October 25th is the absentee ballot deadline. And of course, November 5th is the big general election.
It's 8:39, and this morning the family of an American citizen saying it makes Hamas less concerned with negotiations.
Well, after what's already a historically long trial, people seem to be reaching their breaking points in this YSL RICO case.
Yeah, one of the state's witnesses verbally challenged an attorney, saying that she needs to speak to him like a grown man.
You can answer first, and I will let you explain.
I'm not scared of them or you.
Antonio Sledge, not mincing words Monday. The former head of security for Young Thug's YSL record label testified for a second day.
Are all of your answers to every question I asked from now on going to be, I don't recall?
Yes.
Well, Sledge's plea deal requires him to testify or face up to 35 years in prison. And honestly, this is how the trial has gone for quite some time now. A lot of do not recalls. So just a reminder for you, we are streaming this YSL testimony every day on ANF+. The trial is expected to continue this morning at 9 o'clock. In the meantime, it is 5:42 on this Tuesday morning. Let's send things over to First Alert meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi.
And you'll want in just a few minutes.
Also, an effort to bring music, play them.
And a heartbreaking 911 call has just been released. This morning, we have some new insight into the death of beloved Atlanta rapper Rich Homie Quan. Just sitting around the living room.
Oh, well, thank you.
Is a blessing for the Aiken family.
I love you.
Love you, Mom.
Moments like these never could have happened without the strength of 4-year-old Tanvi.
Hey, we're officially on our way to the airport. Hey, guys. This will be the video that has Tanvi on it.
The family adopted her from India in 2019.
And she was just so tiny when we saw her, too. Like that, we'd seen pictures of her, but the scale we couldn't quite. When they brought her in, she was just so tiny and fragile, and they sat her in front of us.
Nick and Julie say they could see life hadn't been the easiest on her.
The whole time we were in India, she never smiled, she never laughed, she just had a blank stare on her face. She never cried either. She just would have this blank stare on her face the whole time.
Tanvi was extremely malnourished and born with caudal regression syndrome, meaning her spine did not develop properly in the womb, and the Aikens knew she'd have health challenges.
We didn't know the extent of it, and we weren't sure how, how deep it would go.
So many unknowns.
But it didn't matter. The Aikens said they were already in love.
First time we saw those big eyes, it was just like, goodness gracious, she is beautiful.
So you can only imagine the panic when Tanvi experienced a severe health issue the day after they brought her home and rushed her to Children's Healthcare of Atlanta.
We went not even knowing we'd spend the night. We didn't even pack a bag.
Tanvi would end up there for 11 days undergoing surgery. And truthfully, Nick said they didn't know what to do next.
I thought we were gonna have to, when we got home, we were gonna get busy. Like, we gotta call this doctor and that doctor, figure out where we're supposed to take her.
But the children's doctors were already on it.
I just remember stepping out in the hallway, and a team of doctors, all these different doctors, I could hear Tanvi this, Tanvi that, all these doctors talking on the phone, and they were just putting everything in place.
And the Aikens didn't have to do a thing.
I got emotional, like I almost just started crying just standing there listening to it, because I was overwhelmed. When I came there, feeling like the burden was kind of on me to take care of her and to know what to do and what doctors to take her to.
As her treatments began to work, the Aikens saw life come into their daughter's eyes for the first time.
To see her skin change and her hair begin to glow and just see her become a healthy child it was an amazing experience.
At 4 years old, Tanvi has now had 4 surgeries and she'll still need more, but it hasn't slowed her down a bit.
Everywhere she goes, she's just walking around. Hi, hi. Hey,
we call her a human emoji.
Just to see the transformation, from then to now is unbelievable.
It's been an amazing journey that God has really taken our whole family on together.
Lana Harris, Atlanta News First.